What's up, guys? Um, I've been thinking about something lately, and that's how somebody or something somewhere in some place, I don't know if it's on purpose or I don't know if it's just something that we're going through together, but I've noticed that there's this plot, ploy, scheme, or whatever you want to call it to remove the father from the family dynamic. And it's basically saying, like, we don't need you. We don't need the male in the family. You're the bad guy. You're not needed here. And that's not true, man. Like, for a fully functional, healthy family dynamic, a father is definitely needed. And to say otherwise is to initiate your own self-destruction, to initiate the destruction of the community, of the city, the state, the country, the planet as a whole, man. Like no, you do need the complementary opposite to the female authority figure, and that's the father. Like, if you remove a crucial piece from the foundation of a building, it will collapse. No matter how tall and strong it is, like, it will collapse. Now, it's pretty insidious, man. And I don't know why they're doing it, but they're convincing all these people that the father's not needed, that all men are trash, that they're a piece of shit. Like, oh, all men are dogs, all men are cheaters, all men are trash. Like, where's the real man at, right? Man, they're fucking playing you. Like, divide and conquer is the oldest strategy in the book, and is being done at the family level. Obviously it's done at the individual level. They pit us against each other. Right now, like, men and women, they're pitting us. I don't know who's doing this. I don't know if there really is anybody doing this, or if we're doing it to ourselves. But it is going on. There is a problem, and the only way to fix a problem is first to acknowledge that there is a problem. To observe the process is to change the process. So if you want to change what's going on right now, whatever is contributing to the process of destruction, we first need to observe and acknowledge what the process is, man, that's leading us towards destruction as a civilization. And right now, that is the removal of the father figure in the family dynamic. And I hear like a lot of shit about China. It's like, oh, China, evil communist fucking parties taking, like, well, what the fuck? Like, well, either we're not strong enough, or what they're doing is working. And what I've noticed about China is, like, they don't have, like, stupid ass high divorce rates like we do. They keep their family together. Whether what they're doing is, like, morally just, unjust, correct, or incorrect, it's besides the point. Whatever they're doing is effective. So I'm not saying China is the fucking evil people behind all this. I'm saying we're fucked up, and we need to acknowledge that. And that is, like, we need to acknowledge our own, like, hold ourselves accountable. And a lot of us were raised without our family, without our father figure present, and that caused a lot of pain and suffering for us. Like, for example, if you were a woman, if you were raised without an authoritative, like a positive male father figure, and he wasn't there, or he was, like, in and out and, like, very little there, you're gonna find yourself in relationships with men like that who are hardly present. Or if you're a man, if you're a male, you're gonna grow up without a father, and you're gonna have all these mostly feminine female examples. While there's nothing wrong with being a woman, there's nothing wrong with being feminine, unless you're a man, unless you're in a male's body. Then you're gonna start to absorb and incorporate a lot of female characteristics and behaviors, and you're gonna start to identify as a female. So that's where I think a lot of confusion is coming to as well, from all these depressed men. They feel like so, like, feminine. They're like, why can't they're like, oh, why can't I find my soulmate, my woman, my, like, okay, well, that's very needy, first of all, like, and to be, like, looking for something, like, it's more, how do I put this, man? It's more like a a feminine trait, a woman, a feminine female woman has to have her man as the leader, you know? So you as a man, you're dead set on your ambitions, your goals, you know? And then you find a woman, you take her along, you know? You take her, you have your family, you strengthen the family, you know? But here's the thing, man. If you were raised in a family where the father was not present at all, or very rarely present, you might have some like anger, resentment towards your father, you know, and it's okay to have these conversations within yourself, especially if your dad's not there at all right now, and you can't tell him like, you know what, Dad, it really fucking hurt me that you did that, man. I was a kid. Why did you do that? Why did you do that? You know? But if he's not there for you to have that conversation with him, that you need to have that conversation with yourself, or find other males that are willing to listen. And I say males because it's important as a male to have your tribe, you know, your males. Like, you have your woman who's there, like, for different, she plays a different role in your life, man. You need to have that male bond to be able to share these things with. And you're like, you know what, man, my dad wasn't there. And like, okay, cool, man, like, fucking let it out. Like, what do you need to talk about? These things are important. You need to process these almost, it can be an emotional weight that you carry around. And you're like, why am I so angry? Why am I so angry? I don't know why. It might be a very, very, very deep root that comes from your childhood. You know, you might be mad at, maybe it's the mom. Maybe you're mad at your mom too, you know? It's very easy to be mad at the dad, at the father figure, because men, as males, we're more direct. You know, we're very direct, very forward, very it's like very straightforward. Whereas women, like females, they're a lot more like indirect. They're indirect about the things that they do, or subtle. And we evolved to be this way. And there's no right or wrong way to do things. We just do things in a different way. You know, like, we have different physical bodies, you know, and the bodies and the brain, they're connected. It's all one organism here, you know. So if you have a different type of body, you're gonna think differently. You know what I mean? So, and there's nothing wrong with that. We just interact with this three-dimensional world in a different way, because we're manifest in different types of physical bodies. So back to my previous point, like, forgiving the father is extremely important, man, because, like, no, first of all, nobody's perfect, man. I'm not saying make excuses for being treated like shit. No. I'm saying be completely honest about how you were hurt and by whom. Like, whether that be your mom or dad. But forgiveness is definitely important, because if you hold on to that anger and resentment towards whether it be your mom or your dad, you're putting a lot of mental focus and charged with a lot of emotion. You know, so it's very, very powerful. You're charging that negative mental image of somebody. You're charging it up with all this emotional energy, which is extremely powerful. And so you charge it up and you point it in that direction. You're going to end up exhibiting behaviors that you didn't like as a child. So you're going to end up being that person that you hate. And that's how you become a person that you hate, is by giving them so much fucking focus. You know, it's one thing to acknowledge it and be like, okay, this is why I'm hurt. This is why I'm fucked up. But don't stay there. You know, don't keep being a fucking victim. Yes, it's important to acknowledge it. It hurt me like a motherfucker, and this is why I'm fucked up. But also, like, okay, I need to heal this, man. So you heal it, you forgive it, and then you let it go. That way you can be you, man. Because if you don't forgive, you're going to end up being somebody else that's not you, man. You're going to end up being the same type of person that you're not forgiving. So, and that sucks, because then you're going to end up living a big portion of your life not being you, you know? So I'm saying it's not women's fault, it's not men's fault, but what I am saying is that there is a problem. There is a problem, you know? And we need to stop this whole, like, male versus women, mom against daddy type shit. Because if there is somebody with insidious intentions that is actually wanting to separate us as a family, then they're doing a fucking bang up job of it, man. You do not underestimate the enemy if there is actually somebody out there doing this type of shit, you know? So it is actually very fucking smart. The oldest trick in the book, divide and conquer, right? So yeah, first they divide you within yourself. They start making you question your own identity. They make you question your own like values, you know, your own beliefs. They make you question all that. They make you question whether a family is really what you want. Now, I'm not saying rush into a family either, man. If you're single, like especially as a dude, you wait until you get your shit together, man. Figure yourself out first. A family is a beautiful thing, you know, but it has its pros and cons like everything else. Now, if you're a single dude, like, go out and be single. Get your shit together. Get yourself straight. You know, make yourself somebody that's going to be strong as a leader, because you're going to need to have some leadership qualities, communication skills as a father in the family. Now, if you're a female, I would encourage you to not just like go out and sleep with anybody. Just don't go out and have your hot girl summer, man. Because a man of value, a man that has his head on right, is not going to find those things attractive, man. He's not going to want a girl that's just been around the block, you know? And you can be like, oh, why can like men go around and bang a lot of women and why can women not? I don't fucking know. It's just not fair, okay? Like, I can't sell my fucking feet pics for thousands of dollars because I'm a dude, okay? I can't get in the club for free because I'm not a pretty girl, okay? So, in much the same way, for some fucking reason, whatever it is, okay, guys don't want a girl that's been around the block because that shows that she's promiscuous and might be unfaithful to him and might lead to him not being able to determine whether that child is really his or not. So it's really like deeply rooted for like paternity reasons, you know? Much like a woman, she's not gonna be looking at 90% of the dudes out here, man. Like, let's be real about it. She's looking for the top of the top, you know? Whether she's gonna get it or not is a different story. But and it makes sense. It's okay to like, why wouldn't you want a fully capable man that's gonna be able to lead your family and provide for your family, for you and your children? Yes, it's okay. Like, yeah, but that leads to like back the responsibility on the man too as well. Like, you need to make yourself into a man that's worthy, you know, that has his head on right, that has his fucking values and his alignment with his values, and makes action from those values, man. And what your values are, like, that's completely dependent on what you deem is valuable as a man, as a person, you know, like women too. Like, what do you really find valuable? Like, do you want to be just like a guy? Why do you want to be just like a guy and go around like having sex with a bunch of like different people? Like, because guys, like, there's a reason why there's a bunch, like, there's dudes in certain parts of the world that are willing to blow themselves up for 72 virgins. Nobody's willing to do that for willing to die for a virgin guy, not even one. You know? So yeah, women see that more valuable because, like, it exhibits leadership qualities. Like, okay, this man has experience. He even knows what he's doing in bed. You know? So, but yeah, it's not the same for women, dude. Life isn't fair. Life is sexist. So it's best you get that out the way right now. You know, and deal with the facts and the truth right now. Because men have a burden of performance. Like, yeah, you have to stand above the rest if you want to end up with a family or with a romantic partner. You have to be better. You have to. There is a burden of performance. Now, for a woman's side, it's like, whoa, okay, you have to acknowledge what men want. Feminine, friendly, submissive, not a hoe. We don't want no fucking hoes, you know? Because, like, a man has to create his value, right? He has to become something better. A woman, what she really has to do is like retain her value, not go around being a hoe, you know? Don't eat like shit and become like super ginormous, like sloppy chick. Like, be pretty, feminine, fit, friendly, submissive. But also, I'm not saying for women to go around just submit to any kind of man. You're not gonna want to submit to a piece of shit dirtbag, all right? So yeah, man, there's a lot that goes into this, and I can keep going for a while, man. But I don't want to make this video too long. So I'll make more videos later. But this is just my 2 cents on it, man. Like, we really need to get our head out of our asses and stop being so fucking entitled and hold ourselves accountable for our mistakes. hold our parents accountable for our mistakes. And if they're not around to be held accountable, you need to have that conversation either within you or with somebody of the same gender, preferably. There's a lot of reasons for that too. But if not, like if you already have a significant other, hey man, fucking go through it with them too. But either way, these conversations need to be had either with your parents or here's the thing, some parents might not be ready to listen to that, man. So if your father is still around and you try to tell him, look, Dad, you did this and it hurt me and it's fucked up. Like, oh man, what the hell? Like, but you're not looking, like, I did all this right too, man. Like, that's not really listening, right? Like, if he's not the type of man that's gonna be like, okay, well, look, son, I'm really sorry I did that. That was not okay, you know? And I can't change that. The only thing that I can do is change what I do from here on out. You know, if he's not able to do something like that, then you need to have that type of conversation within yourself. You know, put yourself in his shoes and have like, and talk to yourself as a child in the best way possible. You know, if your dad's not there, put yourself in your dad's position, go within yourself and have that conversation with you as a child. You know, be like, Dad, like what you did in the past, it really hurt me. You know, and just like you as a best type of father you can possibly imagine, be like, I'm sorry, son. I'm sorry I did that. I know that hurt you. You know, that it hurts me to know that I hurt you. And I'm sorry. And I'll never do it again. And mean that. And mean that. You know? It's how you reconcile the Father and the Son within you. You know? And that's atonement with the Father. And I'm primarily talking to like men out there, man, because I'm a man and I know how fucking hard it can be. And women have their own troubles to work with, man. They're like, they get lied to a lot. They get lied to a lot. I have a mother, I have a sister, I have a girlfriend, I have a daughter. I have a mother, like, so I don't hate women. I have nothing against women. I love women, man. They're a crucial part to the family dynamic. It's incredibly important, you know? It's incredibly important that men and women work together. But before that can be established, like before a functional, healthy family dynamic can be established, the problem must be acknowledged and observed. You know, once you observe it, you can change it. This already been done in physics through a double slit experiment. Once the observation of when they noticed that the observation of the particles is what changed the particles between being they observed the photons, and them observing the photons is what made, like, influence the photons to decide whether to be a particle or a wave. Now this is things that we're made up of. You know, these are things that the physical realm is made up of. So that means like that holds true for at the deepest level, to in the microcosm to the macrocosm. As below, as above, so below. You know, as below, so above. You know, as within, so without. So yeah, man. I hope this helped, because I just want to put this out there to maybe shed some light and clarity on people's troubles or issues, and maybe, you know, help them be more self-reliant. You know, gain some knowledge so that you can apply it, because knowledge by itself is pretty useless. No, knowledge is not power. It's the implementation of that knowledge that's power. It's very, very powerful, and that I think is either like can be seen as either like intelligence or wisdom. So yeah, guys, that's all I got for now. Thank you for watching, and peace out.